Populations 101. Living Numbers. Book 1. Written and narrated by Santiago Machain. Chapter 1. What is a population? At first light on a small, wind-carved island, a field team hikes along a path of crushed shells and sea grass, clipboards tucked under their arms. They've come to count a bird with a flash of white on its forehead and a song that sounds like two marbles clinking. Local fishers call it the silvercrest. Yesterday, after a long, damp morning, the team tallied 87 individuals across 3 coves. Today, the storm that chased them home has moved on, and the sun is steady. The birds seem to be everywhere, perched on cliff-edge grasses, darting between low shrubs, calling from the lava rocks. By noon, the hand counters click past 110. Someone jokes that the silvercrest must be multiplying by magic. Yet the team leader smiles and asks the question that will anchor this chapter. What, exactly, are we counting when we say the population of silvercrests? Where does it begin and end, and how do we know if the number truly changed? In ecology, a population is a group of individuals of the same species living in the same place at the same time. Those last 2 phrases, same place and same time, do a lot of work. Place can be a lake, a forest edge, a zip code, or an entire island chain. Time can be a morning, a breeding season, or a decade. Drawing those boundaries sounds simple, but it is a decision with consequences. Define the place too narrowly, and you miss what moves in and out. Define the time too broadly, and short bursts or sudden drops disappear into an average. Therefore, when ecologists talk about a population, they are also talking about a frame through which they are looking at living things. A species is a biological idea, yet it is also, in practice, a label used to organize the world. A flock of gulls might include 2 species that look nearly identical to a casual observer. A patch of grass might hide a dozen species of small insects that feed on roots. A city block with sparrows is, in fact, a mix of house sparrows and other small birds with different habits. So when we say same species, we mean a group that shares enough characteristics to breed with one another and follow similar rules of life, but we also mean a group we can identify consistently in the field. That is why ecologists learn field marks and calls and, increasingly, use photos, audio, and genetic tools to confirm who is who. In a beginner sense, though, species can be understood as a category that helps us gather individuals that live and behave in comparable ways. The word individual might sound straightforward. For many animals, it is. A rabbit is an individual. 1,000 rabbits on an open prairie can be a population. Nonetheless, nature offers plenty of edge cases. Some organisms grow as clonal colonies, where what looks like a single plant is actually many, and what looks like many might be genetically one. Consider aspen trees. A stand of trunks, all connected underground by a shared root system, can be a single genetic individual that expands slowly over decades. Or think about corals, where individual polyps form a colony that behaves like a single entity but is made of many repeating units. Even in these complex cases, ecologists set clear criteria: count stems above a certain size, or count coral colonies that are physically separated, to decide what will be treated as an individual for the purpose of study. The key is consistency. Choose a definition and apply it the same way across place and time. Place is not merely a dot on a map, it holds the conditions that shaped life. A pond's boundaries might be its shoreline, yet the dragonflies that breed their feed in nearby meadows, the frogs that live in it may overwinter in surrounding woods. If we define the pond's frog population as only those animals physically in the water on a particular day, we could mislead ourselves about their numbers and health. Similarly, a city neighborhood may appear stable in population until a new transit line opens, pulling people from other districts and drawing in newcomers. Therefore, a place should be defined in a way that matches the ecology of the organism being studied.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?